He's a rational investor, dividend digester. Saves some of his paycheck just like all his ancestors. Him looking for high yields, that's never the case. He's seeking 6% return. Slow and steady wins the race. We pay our debts in our currency that might be unfurled if it's no longer the reserve currency of the world. Confidence in the dollar is permanent. Just ask any scholar. People are exchanging their dollars for dog money. Dog money? Dog money. Dog money. We trading it in for dog money. Dog money. Dog money. Dog money. Dog money. I'm putting it all in dog money.
Yes, indeed, some people are putting all their money into dog money. Welcome to Satoshi's Bitcoin Chart Show. This is the Bitcoin forecast, the strength of the system, the health of the network, where we find out what's up with what is going down. Today's day is Wednesday, the 21st of July, 2021. Let's jump into these figures. Here we go. So, moving across the top, we have got Coolcoin, we've got Bcrash, we've got Bitcoin, which is the original protocol, making it the real Bitcoin, the true Bitcoin, the genuine Bitcoin, and then we've got Fisher Price Cash on the end there. So, before we start, we'll just do the usual thing and let Pete McCormack explain what we're looking at here. So, take the floor, Pete.
Bitcoin is so different now from when Satoshi was here.
Really? How different are we talking about? Is it anything like it?
It's a completely different project.
Really? I mean, what do you think Satoshi Nakamoto would have to say about that?
It doesn't matter who Satoshi is anymore.
Really? I mean, he designed Bitcoin. He designed Bitcoin. I mean, what if he was to come back and say something?
Even if Satoshi came back, I don't think he would just be immediately welcomed as having this God-given right to decide what happens with Bitcoin. I think he would have to earn his right back into the project.
Why would he want to do that? I thought he said it's nothing like it. I mean, if it's nothing like it, what's Bitcoin based now? Based on now?
Bitcoin is built based on consensus now.
What, like it wasn't before? Did you even read the white paper? I'm not sure that I believe you, Pete. Let's have that one more time.
The project Bitcoin is built based on consensus now.
Yeah, I think you're talking crap, mate. I don't think you know what you're talking about. And let's have a listen to Daniel Krawitz interviewing Tony Vays, sounding equally confused about the changes they've made to Bitcoin and SegWit.
Why do you think BTC is valuable?
It's valuable because it's the only unconfiscatable asset we have, and that is because that comes from its decentralization. I think Bitcoin is the only valuable crypto asset we have because of the nature of how it started in its first few years.
And when you say Bitcoin, you mean BTC, right?
Absolutely.
But are you aware that in 2017, they changed the rules so that BTC no longer follows the Bitcoin white paper?
That is not true at all.
The white paper says that there needs to be a chain of signatures.
Sure.
Okay, so that's not what we have anymore. That's how SegWit changed that.
Okay, but it's still Bitcoin.
Oh dear, Tone. And Roger Ver and his mates also tried to mess up Bitcoin by adding Schnorr signatures, by adding governance, by changing the protocol every 6 months. What an absolute joke. So Roger, what are your expectations of your centralized project?
And we're going to really spread Bitcoin Crash across the entire country here in Antigua.
Yeah, good luck with that, mate. And what do you say to all these, companies that conduct millions, if not billions of dollars of global trade on an annual basis that say they need a regulatory compliant monetary system in order to do so?
The ones that say that the blockchains all need to be legally compliant about everything all the time, just go use your Visa card.
Yeah, well, that's going to work. So we've got Bitcoin here. Look at the hash rate, 0.3%. 0.3% of the hash rate can process 70% of the overall transactions on the entire global Bitcoin network, and it can process 89.3% of the data flowing through the chain, which is the block size. It just goes to show you how efficient Bitcoin really is. It is absolutely phenomenal. So we're just going to have a word with Craig Nakamoto to find out what his expectations are of Bitcoin in terms of its price action, which is going to be a reflection of its value, which is a reflection of its utility overall. So Craig, what is it you want from Bitcoin?
I want Bitcoin not to go up to 10,000 or 100,000. I want it to be worth millions per Bitcoin.
And when you strip it all down, is that it?
That's it. And that's what we spend money for. Very simple.
Loving that. Well, let me help out and I'll stick my foot right in. So we've got transactions 70%, block size 89.34, absolutely fantastic. So now let's just have a quick word with Michael Saylor. So Michael Saylor, so can you tell us what is it we want from Bitcoin?
Big blocks, $100 million chunks on the blockchain.
Yeah, I thought so. Let's have a look, see what we can find then. So look at all these blocks coming through. These look beautiful. These look beautiful. So in terms of megabytes, we've got 2, 1, 1, 4, 10, 4, 21, 25, 13, 1, 60, 11, 18, 3, 8, 1, 60, 15, 110 from SV Pool. Look at that. 20, 1, 35, 19, 8, 2, 52, 159, and 6. Wow. Absolutely amazing. And look at Fisher Price Cash. Look at that. Still struggling to get all blocks over a kilobyte. What a joke that is. And let's see how many megabyte blocks they've got over see how many megabyte blocks they've got on Bcrash this morning. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Is that it? 8 blocks over a megabyte. Good grief. And Corecoin. Look at this. Look at all these skinny blocks. So let's see how many blocks they've got this morning. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Oh, we're good in that. Roughly 16 running. Pfft, is that it? What a joke that is. My goodness. Wow. So this is hash rate. Hash rate follows price, follows value, follows utility, follows creativity, initiative, and intelligence. If you are intelligent and you apply creativity and initiative, you can make something useful. When something is useful, it can then create value. When it creates value, it can then develop a price. When it develops a price, it can then be measured against the cost of other goods and services and used as a medium of exchange. Boom. Bitcoin proof of work by network. So again, Coolcoin, Bcrash, Fisher Price Cash will fall into their own footprints because that's what Ponzi schemes do, because they're absolutely and utterly fundamentally worthless. Hash rate, that's Bcrash versus Bitcoin hash rate. Bcrash versus Bitcoin proof of work, who cares? It is currently 2,652 times cheaper to transact on Bitcoin than Coolcoin and any of these other alternative protocols that are absolutely and utterly fundamentally worthless. It's 6.8% more profitable to mine on Coolcoin. Shows you competition for Bitcoin there heating up. Daily average Bitcoin block size by network. Let's look at this comparatively. Look at that. Look at that. Trending upwards in the right direction. Looking beautiful. Daily Bitcoin transactions by network. Yeah, Bitcoin starting to absolutely smash it. Transactions per block by network starting to smash it. Daily average Bitcoin fees. This is fees in the block, USD. Fees, Satoshis in the block. This is block reward versus a block fee. So again, we'll just monitor this with time because it's to do with the percentage of the fees in the block in comparison to the block reward. So very interesting to keep an eye on that. Daily accumulated Bitcoin blockchain growth by network. Let's have a look at this. Here we go. Right, where are we now? Pull this across a bit. Where are we? 421 gigabytes in front in comparison to 361. Alright, let's see how far that is. That's 64 megabytes in front. Amazing. So Craig, can you tell us what can we expect from Bitcoin sort of in the short term?
We've tested up to 380 gigabyte blocks.
Massive.
We've tested 1 million transactions a second.
Love it.
And transaction sizes up to 20 megabytes.
Wow, I mean, that is huge. Let's have the rest of it.
We can scale each of those transactions 1,000 times, which effectively means about 1 billion transactions per second, which means we can then have all derivatives, all complex trades. That means high frequency trading. It means everything that happens globally.
Wow, amazing. A network that can literally have everything on it that happens globally. Amazing. Literally just amazing. Gobsmacked even. So let's get into the politics then, see who's mining what. As we saw Binance fronting the other day saying that they are no longer mining Bitcoin SE, but they haven't been mining it for ages anyway. So, I mean, look at their mining pool. They've only got, 9.2% of the overall global hash rate anyway. What a joke. So that's 7 days, 24 hours. Still only got 8.5 really. I mean, they used to be large, but this is Coolcoin. So they got 8.3% on Coolcoin, like they've made any difference whatsoever. Binance, they've only got like 0.69% on Bcrash, but who cares anyway? I mean, look at the size of Hathor on that. Hathor absolutely macking it. Absolutely macking it. Amazing. And this is Bitcoin. Look at that SV pool. 9.7%. Really good to see them mining some really big blocks. And Hathor, Tau still with 78.4. Via BTC again, we want them being squeezed, and it's good that we don't want like Binance or any of these other shitcoin enterprises on there. Not at all. And Fisher Price Cash, yeah, what a joke that is. So remember, out of all of these protocols, Coolcoin, Bcrash, Fisher Price Cash, Bitcoin is the only protocol with any genuine fundamental value. And when the others realize this, they're going to be all over it. Like, my goodness. Because the only thing they understand is price manipulation, which we'll look at now in the short positions. Here we go. Great stuff. Right, let's have a look at short positions on Bitcoin. Still at 92%. What a joke. And Coolcoin. Here we are. Right, let's have a look at these short positions. Where are we now? Short positions, 7.9. 7.9. Well, when you consider it used to be around sort of like 2% and now it's 8.4. Ooh. You know, but again, I mean, it's all price manipulation. Anybody who's just like looking at price all day, absolutely no clue about what Bitcoin is. No clue whatsoever. It's all Ponzi, Ponzi, Ponzi. It's crackers. And let's have a look at Bitcoin blocks live. So for any newbies watching this, the vertical rectangular blocks moving across the top of the screen are the transactions being recognized by the nodes on the network. And they're recognized instantly the moment the transaction is broadcast, because Bitcoin is an ultra small world Mandela network. It basically means as the size of the network increases, the density of the links goes to 0, making it ultra small world and highly sparse respectively. It also means the original network formulation can lead to an improved topology against malicious attacks in case they go down. It is absolutely fantastic. So once the transactions are recognized by the nodes on the network, then they're thrown into the memory pool, which is where they are competed for by the miners and payment processors in order to create a block, put the transaction within a block, and then place the block on the blockchain, which is when they're rewarded with the Coinbase data, otherwise known as the block reward, otherwise known as freshly minted Bitcoin. So you can see in this 234 megabyte block here, in the highlighted rectangular box below that, we've got the hash of the block height, who it was mined by, the size, the time, the date, the transaction count, and total fees in the block. And it's these fees that will eventually surpass the block reward. We'll let Laura Shin explain that in a minute after we look at charts. Any movers and shakers here? No, it's all right. Always worth checking. Right, so do the usual and take the floor, Laura Shin.
So, you know, as you mentioned, at a certain point when the block reward stops, there will be a transition where miners will be compensated in transaction fees, not in the block reward. And the current amount that they earn is from fees is about 9% of the block reward. And so we'd have to see transaction fees 11x by roughly 2140, which is when the new Bitcoins will stop being minted. But I just wondered, you know, if we don't see an increase in the amount of transactions that can happen at layer one, because the number of layer one transactions is limited. And right now, I feel like a lot of the scaling is focusing on layer two. Can transaction fees 11x in that time, or will that require people to pay a lot more per transaction?
Over the next couple halving cycles, we should see it start to predominantly be the value that is compensated to the miners in the block reward. If Bitcoin is the world reserve currency that doesn't have a strong security model, like there's not a lot of monetary compensation in the block reward due to transaction fees, well, then its long-term security will be weak. If it is the world reserve currency, there'll be very, very many layer one transaction fees.
Okay, yeah. So it sounds like you think it is possible that the amount in transaction fees will maybe not be enough on layer one to replace the block reward when the time comes.
Absolutely, there won't be enough to replace the block reward when the time comes, because it's being purposely restricted. Do you honestly think 1 megabyte was meant to service all of this? What an absolute joke that is. 1 megabyte that can only handle maybe 4.6 on average, 7 if all the stars in the universe align. Honestly, what a joke that is. Good grief. And let's have a look at BitInfo charts here. So where are we now? 22.5% of the overall transactions on the entire market. You know, Bitcoin really starting to give these shitcoins a run for their money. Absolutely amazing, loving that. And let's have a look at BitInfo charts here. So transactions last 24 hours. So we'll look at 3 months. Yeah, there we go. So let's just highlight that. Look at this. Look at this. So we've got Bitcoin in the purple, and Ethereum in the in red. We'll have XRP in there. Over 3 months. Yeah, come on, let's have it. There we go. Alright, so now we've got Bitcoin in the turquoise blue. Look at that. It was closing in. It was slow. Unfortunately, this is delayed. And it's this pie chart that's actually more accurate. Let's go back there again. And one more time. And charts. There we go. So we're currently 22%. So just dipped below XRP. But remember, this is only building. It's only going in one direction. So this is just absolutely amazing. Keep an eye on that. Let's have a look at scaling test network. Yep, figures still the same. Always worth checking. And trends.cash. Apps ranking by money spent. TDXP up again. Still absolutely macking it hard. Apps ranking by performed action. So Crypto Fights and Run SV. So Router SV has been squeezed back down again, but I'm sure they were testing something big. You know, we've got some exciting things to look out for in the future. Shout out to Arcade Rob. Did we pass ETH yet? No, unfortunately not. We just dropped down a little bit, but considering we've gone up from 7, 8, 9% to 14% to suddenly over like 20%, you know, it just tells you one thing: it's coming. It is growing. It is phenomenal. Crypto Quant, yeah, the exchanges have all been cashing out their reserves, and Tether were trying to counteract that by doing huge amounts of printing, but the squeeze in the supply and the increased Tether printing has caused a massive spike in the price and a huge bubble. It's really not looking good. What's on chain? Good question. What is on chain? We've got a current estimated next block size 4.48 megabytes. Current memory pool usage 11 megabytes. This is what a memory pool should look like. Data comes in, then it gets cleared. Data comes in, then it gets cleared. What it's not meant to look like is KuCoin BTC. This looks like an absolute joke. Look at that. No uniformity in that whatsoever. A complete and utter shambles. And we can see this on TX Streets. Oh, interesting. Okay, let's have a listen to Adam Back, the Chief Executive Officer at Blockstream, and his expectations of a payment network.
So, you know, fee estimation in some cases is quite bad. You know, if you're paying a friend, you can probably afford to wait 4 hours and not pay a priority fee.
Oh, shut up. Look at that. Median fee, 23 cents. Yeah, like that's going to do on high-frequency trading desks. What a joke that is. And Vitalik, let's have a look at your one. Maybe missing recent blocks. We'll refresh the page. Let's just close that. 62 cents for a median transaction fee on Ethereum. How do you respond to that, Vitalik?
The internet of money should not cost 5 cents a transaction. It's kind of absurd.
Yeah, really? So what's 62 cents per transaction, you goon? And let's have a look at this. Money flow per hour. I mean, this is our own... I mean, look at this. This is absolutely shocking. Absolutely shocking. What do we know about excessive money printing?
Statistical analysis has found that every time an empire begins to near its own demise, you'll find that its currency will be debased.
It's not looking good, is it? Knowing that Bitcoin is the only thing that can save us. How are we feeling about it? CoinGecko, $118 per coin. Absolutely amazing. Feeling good. 67%. That's all right, considering the price went down. Brilliant. And BitPing, what's the money flow per hour this morning? Monitoring all these other networks that go down because they're not running on the Bitcoin network. There we are. Look at that. 56 cents per hour. I just love looking at this. Spacey. Look at that. Beautiful. Look at all these networks that they're monitoring. Love it. Love it. The morning run. So 24-hour trade volume, $697. Good. Stay away from this, people. Move fast and break stuff does not mean breaking the law. Total purchases of Bitcoin was 738,263 in the last 24 hours. Very good. Very good. And here we go. Bitcoin SV. Oh, look at that. Price is going up. Interesting. Depth chart then. Oh, wow. So 3 million asks only versus 1.9 million bids. Interesting. Maybe the price is going to come back down. Who knows? Let's have a look at Bitcoin versus USD. There we go. Upsy downsies. Yeah, so down and then back up again. 119, good grief. And Coolcoin versus USD. Whoa, look at that. Up and down again, up and down again. A total shambles. Complete Ponzi scheme, complete Ponzi scheme. And Bitcoin versus Coolcoin. There we go, Battle Royale. Battle Royale, fighting it out. And let's have a look at the entire CMC. So Coolcoin saying back up 6%. I mean, Civ green at the moment. Let's see where Bitcoin is. 5.8 as well. Right, over 24 hour, interesting. YouTube 591 subs. Oh, nearly at 600. Getting excited. And 297 on Streamanity. Made $1 on Steve Shadders' video. Thank you very much. And Twitch $87. 425 followers. Excellent. And new users on the Acorn Stack over the last 24 hours. Let's have a little look at this. Where are we now? New users 13. Lucky for some. Lucky for some. And Mama Bitcoin Ruthie's tweet 1074. Here we go. Liking that again. Good, good. And Arman Satoshi. Let's see how he's doing. 79.9, closing in on 80,000. It won't be long before Twitter starts taking those away again. And let's have a look at stablecoin printer. What we've got here: USDC, Binance USD. Good, great, absolute shambles, absolute shambles. My goodness me! But no Tether printers since the 1st of June, and we're now coming towards the end of July. Wow, amazing. All right, 23 minutes. That's a great show. Right, we'll end it there. Hope you enjoyed the show. As ever, be aware, take care, stay safe out there. Enjoy giving. Catch you guys later. Get paid for posting your pics on Relica. Download the app now at www.getrelica.com. Get your tweet etched on Twitch, forever on the Bitcoin blockchain. Do it today at www.jointwitch.com. BuyBSV.live, the best place to buy Bitcoin SV online. Support independent content creators on micropayment platforms such as Streamanity, Twitch and Relica. We should profit from our data, not the large corporations who track, monitor and sell it. If you enjoy the Bitcoin content that I produce, please support me by heading over to www.satoshi.tv, where you can keep up to date with all the latest news, gossip and content as it's created. Thanks very much. To get started in Bitcoin, go to freebsv.com, where you can claim your free Bitcoin. Then head over to Twitter and follow @IamSatoshi, where you can take part in his very generous and world famous free giveaways. The future of advertising meets the power of Bitcoin at Tonic Pow. Get paid for posting advertising campaigns to your social media profiles. Go to www.tonicpowads.com.